Welcome to this short presentation about progesterone, how it affects the 40 plus woman now that the menopause is fast approaching. Now, progesterone is known as the PMS hormone, so it's the hormone that calms you down, but if it's low, you're going to have more symptoms of PMS, so PMS, premenstrual stress. So that's just before your period, or if you're going through the menopause, it could be more than that. So here's some hormone symptom list, the overall of the estrogen, the progesterone, the testosterone and the DHEA. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of similar ones going on for the from the estrogen as well. So a lot of these things could mean that your hormones are disrupted, but also they could mean something entirely different. So if you are getting a lot of the symptoms of these hormones, then do go along to your GP and discuss them with him, because it could be something completely different, but just have a look at this could be what's happening to you. So what does it do for you, progesterone? Why do we need it in our bodies? So it gives you that sense of well-being. It helps your thyroid, it releases the fluid from your body, it controls your mood, it triggers the serotonin, so it makes you feel good, it makes you calm, it can be a sedation, almost sedating, it neutralizes any stresses in the body. It really is a nice calming progesterone. So the estrogen boosts you up and the progesterone calms you down. So that means that they want to work in balance and harmony to not only produce children, but also to produce a better sense of well-being in your body. But as we know, through the menopause, these can fluctuate. So if progesterone is low, estrogen tends to be high, and then the other way around as well. So you're going to get the symptoms you'll get if your progesterone is low is that you will find that you might have more headaches, sleep problems, you've got tender breasts, you've got endometritis. Maybe if you are someone with endometritis, the chances are is you do have low progesterone levels and you're high in estrogen. You could have polycystic ovary syndrome. So there's lots and lots of different things and issues that come out of these fluctuating hormones. But as we're talking about menopause, this seesaw can absolutely go mental at this time. So one day it could be high, one day it could be low. We just really don't know where you are. So it's very difficult to pinpoint what to do. But all of the stuff that we talk about in life fitness, all the health, the fitness, the food and the stress relief is all about trying to balance all of the hormones together, because they need to work in as an orchestra, and when one of those is out, we find that the whole lot comes tumbling down. So be assured that any foods that I suggest to eat or advise you to or invite you to have a go at, please be assured that they are all for you to make your hormones work perfectly together. So the facts are it's made in the ovaries, but some of it is made in the adrenal glands. Now this is where the difference comes, because in the adrenal glands is the place where the cortisol is also created, which is your main stress hormone. Now when you're really stressed, you're busy, you're doing lots of things for everybody else, your body will demand even more of that cortisol. So when that happens, the adrenal glands go away and they steal it from your progesterone. So that means your progesterone goes down, and if more cortisol is demanded even more so, it will actually block the receptors for progesterone and therefore literally blocks it completely, and you can end up with hardly any flooding through the system. So you're going to get even more of those symptoms in more wildly feelings of those PMS symptoms, which isn't great, is it? So here are some of the symptoms for low progesterone. You've got your bloating, but this time it's in your ankles and belly. You might find you're a little bit more clumsy, forgetful, kind of, dropping things or knocking into things. You've got swollen breasts, you're disrupted easily in your sleep, so you feel like you're doing light sleep all the time. Your periods are irregular, you're agitated, like I say, you might have road rage or feelings of overwhelm, like everyone hates you, total unreasonable. I know those. You might get cyclical headaches, and they come at the same time of the month, and I find they're right at the front of my forehead, really sort of fuzzy headaches in a way. You can't get rid of them. And itchy or restless legs. So again, that's another symptom of low progesterone. So what can we do? What is an action plan? So there's loads to do an action here. So number one is always de-stress. So take a look at your workload. Take a look at who you're looking after. What is happening in your own work, at home, your relationships, and have a look at how you can make yourself some me time. This is crucial. You need some time to yourself, time of peace and quiet. You might have those feelings, actually, the feelings of I want to be on my own, I don't want to talk to anyone. This is actually low progesterone telling you to do that. So yeah, go and do that. Take yourself away, have some time out, and just really, you know, declutter your mind, because then the progesterone will start to work properly and those adrenal glands will not be stealing it. You know, we don't want cortisol flooding the system anyway because of health issues. Now, cutting down on caffeine and sugar can help with that, because that will then lower the cortisol, which then stops those symptoms. So caffeine, coffee, tea, Coca-Cola, any sugary drinks like that. Sugar, you know, including actually white carbohydrates, because white carbohydrates, so white pasta, rice, potatoes, white bread particularly, changes to sugar very, very quickly in your system now, and therefore will then hoik up more of that cortisol in your body. And we don't want that cortisol again. We don't want that. We want our progesterone to work properly. We don't want anything flooding our system. So sugar intake low. Increasing your vitamin C and B would be a great idea, and I'm going to give you some supplement amounts in a moment. Exercising regularly, this is always on the list. So that can actually help to get rid of a lot of cortisol within the system, and therefore progesterone, the calmness comes over you again. Often when you exercise your body, it then becomes more relaxed, and then your mind becomes relaxed. Remember, they are both linked. And meditating, I absolutely love to meditate. I love it. So meditating daily, again, it's having that time out, de-stressing, breathing, thinking about you alone. Very, very important. Now, there are some particular supplements which I take myself because I have low progesterone and I feel that they work for me. However, side issue here, please do check with your GP before taking any supplements, especially if you're on some other medication at this present time. But I'm just giving you the ones that I take, which help me, and I definitely feel like they help me with these PMS type symptoms. I know if I haven't taken them, they start flooding back in. So vitamin C, which is a water-soluble vitamin, so you are taking quite a high dose here of 750 milligrams per day, and you know this really can help. In fact, I'm taking a lot stronger than that, but that's the minimum that you need to take. I'm taking 1200 milligrams a day. You can also eat vitamin C, so let's think about things like citrus fruits, lots of colourful vegetables will give you those vitamin C's. Calcium again, really good. Carbonate or citrate is the best, and you want 600 milligrams a day of that one. Magnesium is fantastic for the bloatiness and the restless legs, and essential for good deep sleep. So magnesium, 200 milligrams a day is what we recommend. I'm actually taking 400 milligrams actually, but no, you just take 2, that's fine. You can do it twice a day, so that does an amount to 400, and you can make sure that you take those either orally, or you can actually get magnesium spray now, which actually makes it more available to the body, to the system. It actually absorbs it better through the skin, so a magnesium spray is a really good idea. I do take those both if I've had a lot of exercise, if I've over-exercised and I feel like my body feels stressed, then I will spray my body as well. Now, vitamin B6 is essential and really great for if you have anxiety symptoms, and they're suggesting between 50 and 100 milligrams per day. I actually take a complex of Bs, lots of different Bs, all the B vitamins, because they are really all good for stress and anxiety. So, you know, have a look at what yours say. If you are taking a multivit, have a look at how many milligrams it's saying on the back of your packet. And also vitamin D, which is the sunshine vitamin, but you can, it's difficult to get it in this country, as we've talked about before. So I actually take a supplement, especially in the winter, and it helps to get that magnesium absorbed and calcium back into the body. Sometimes you can get a multivit that has calcium, magnesium and vitamin D all in one go. Great in one tablet. It's so much easier to take those three together, and they all work together to absorb. So the calcium obviously will help with the bone strength, which is something else that depletes with low progesterone and low estrogen. So hope you've enjoyed that talk, and we will see you back soon for more.